You know, it seems like every time you're stuck at a railroad crossing, you see all that graffiti spray painted on boxcars. Now, some of those aspiring artists really are talented. They just need a special place to express themselves legally. Cindy Carter found such a place down in Waverly.
Who says art, I mean really good art, can only be found in a museum or gallery? A walk through a park can be just as inspirational when you're strolling through the Walls Art Park in Waverly, Tennessee, a place where natural beauty and powerful street art coexist. Armed with a can of spray paint and his imagination, Stephen Sloan creates some pretty cool murals.
I like to do funky, bright colors. I'll do owls and purples and stuff like that.
But paint and imagination only go so far. Street artists like Stephen also need a place and a space where their artwork can be appreciated.
One of my favorite ones is the Bible verse here.
The Walls Art Park is a free outdoor art gallery that welcomes anyone and everyone to spend some time, as much time as they like, checking out the diverse and unique pieces of street art scattered along the pathways.
This means a lot just to have something like this where you can showcase whatever you want to do, because there's not anything like this really in the U.S.
The mastermind behind the park's master design is Kansas Klein, a man who will tell you straight up he can barely draw a straight line.
I am not an artist. I have no talent whatsoever, so I just give a platform for them to do what they do.
But what Kansas did have was a vision. He says traveling across the country for his job opened his eyes to the expressive and impressive murals and graffiti found on the sides of buildings or bridges or railroad cars. That got him thinking.
This is a safe place for them to come and paint because one, it's legal. Two, it's made for them. They're not painting in abandoned buildings, under bridges, trespassing, vandalizing. There's not a lot of places that allow you to just, paint on walls.
Graffiti, or tagging as it is sometimes referred to, is considered a misdemeanor crime, and for many years, many viewed it as a public nuisance. Stephen started painting graffiti when he was 13 and admits he once received a friendly warning from local law enforcement.
I was young, going around painting, just under train tracks and on trains and stuff like that in graffiti. Kind of got till I was like 17 or 18 and saw that you can make money off of it. So I started transforming it into realism and playing around with it. And then now I got to doing full-time murals, so.
Today, muralists like Stephen are starting to get the respect they deserve. You can also see his commissioned work on the streets of Nashville. But Kansas says all street artists, especially the younger generation, still need more safe spaces to try, where no laws are broken and creativity is encouraged.
The artists really appreciate the park because they're, again, not having to paint in abandoned buildings, under bridges, and they get recognition for what they do. People actually get to see their art.
Faith in the art form is why Kansas opened the Walls Art Park in 2018.
The response is definitely different than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to get a lot of pushback from the community, but they absolutely love it. I thought I was going to get, I don't know why, but I just thought the older people are going to have a problem with it. The older people are the ones who love it the most. They're out here walking in the mornings, seeing all the art.
And what they see are 30 walls stretched across 5 acres of land, featuring graffiti and murals that are intricate, fun, beautiful, powerful, cultural, and accessible to all.
3 times a year, the park holds a paint jam when artists from all over come in and paint all the walls at the same time. But that doesn't mean creatives can't come in between the jams. Once a piece has been up for 30 days, any artist can consider it their blank canvas.
As a result, the art in the park is always changing. Graffiti artist Jim Wallace often drives out here from Nashville to get his creative juices flowing.
I usually have a color palette that I'm going to work off of. I may come here with a really tight idea that I want to execute, or I doodle it in the car before I come up to the wall.
Jim says his trip to Waverly is well worth the time considering the opportunity the park presents.
So Kansas, the park attracts a variety of artists from all over the country. very diverse group. Talk to me about that.
Very does. This wall here is done by an all-female crew, few and far. This wall over here is Terry Misch Art, who comes out of Nashville. The wall behind us is Lawrence. He comes from Chattanooga. If you can see the wall way down there in the bottom, that wall was a couple flew in from Los Angeles on our last paint jam and painted with us.
The Waverly Walls Art Park puts painter and patron on the same path, one of discovery, creativity, and appreciation. A collaboration that is long overdue.